Hey guys, welcome to Make It Dairy Free. I am Larisha and today we are showing you 5 dinners for under $50 when shopping at Aldi. So we want this video to show you what a realistic vegan budget and vegan meals look like when shopping for a family of 4. These are meals that we actually eat in our family as well as products that we actually purchase from Aldi. I'm gonna start this video by showing the grocery haul and then also the receipt, and then we will get into the meals. But stay tuned into the end because I will go over some tips, show you what we have left over and some more. So let's get right into the video and show you what we got. So I just wanted to do like a quick overview haul of everything that we got. So starting with our produce, you can see we just have some potatoes, limes, garlic, broccoli, peppers, and onions. And we're definitely gonna have leftovers here because we don't need all the potatoes or the limes or the onions or the peppers, but that's great because we can either just make more of this next week, or these are all like pantry essential things, so no worries there. Moving on to the dry stuff. We just have a few things here, and obviously we are also going to have leftover flour, which is always great to have in your pantry. But all of these things at Aldi are great prices, which makes sticking to a budget super easy. Just a quick tip about the basmati rice. This is just the one that we prefer. However, there are definitely cheaper options at Aldi, so if you needed your budget to come down even more, you could definitely switch that out. All right, and then we have like this pasta sauce and this salsa here that I definitely would say aren't our favorites, but they work for a budget and they work for the meals that we're going to be using them for in this video. And then we just have our refrigerated stuff. So we have some oat milk, vegan mozzarella, and some tofu. Aldi just started carrying the tofu and the oat milk within the past few months, and then they reformulated this mozzarella and it's actually pretty good now. So if you haven't seen our vegan shredded cheese taste test, make sure that you check that out and you can see us trying it. And then I just have some hummus here for a recipe that we are going to be using. All right, so I know you guys want to see the receipt, so you can see everything that we bought, and then you can see that we spent $40.93, so we will talk about that at the end of the video. Let's get into the meals. All right, so broccoli and hummus pasta. This one is definitely the easiest out of the 5 meals that we will be making. It is literally just 3 ingredients. Now, I did hack this one a little bit in order to get it to be just 3 ingredients. On the website post for this recipe, it tells you the instructions on how to make your own hummus. However, Aldi doesn't carry tahini, so we just bought hummus. Obviously, if you go buy tahini somewhere else, you could get this one down a little bit more in your budget as far as like price per serving, because you know chickpeas and you know the other ingredients that you would need for this one would be cheaper than buying the hummus that we bought. As far as allergens for this one, there is wheat in the form of the pasta, but you can just sub that out with a gluten-free pasta, and then this one would be top 8 allergen friendly. So vegan taco casserole. This is one of our favorite dishes in our family because it is so easy to make. You can definitely serve this with like some avocado on the side, some fresh cilantro, whatever you have on hand that kind of goes with this. Sometimes we will also, you know, grab a bag of tortilla chips or maybe some flour tortillas, something like that. But it's perfectly fine all in its own. In the grocery haul part of the video, I did mention that this is not our favorite salsa that we use here, but for this particular recipe, we haven't noticed a difference in using like the fresher salsas versus just the canned one. So we always go with that one just because it brings the budget down some. The recipe on the site for this one does call for vegan cheddar, but Aldi only carries vegan mozzarella, so we just went with it for this video and it actually turned out really great and we liked it. As far as allergens for this one, it is top 8 allergen free as written, especially because the Aldi vegan cheese doesn't contain any top 8 allergens. It did have pea protein and sunflower in it, so if those are concerns for you, just be mindful of that. So coconut crusted tofu and potato wedges is our next meal. And I can tell you that I, for one, hopefully you guys are too, that shop at Aldi, was so excited when I found out that Aldi was going to be carrying tofu permanently in all of its stores. It is the cheapest that I have seen it anywhere, and it is just so good. This one is probably the recipe that is the longest hands-on out of all the recipes that we are showing you in this video. And that's because you have to dip each piece of tofu. But it's worth it, trust me. As far as how we cooked this one, the tofu went into our air fryer, and then the potato wedges could be done in an air fryer or inside of the oven. We did both since we wanted it done at the same time. We find that basically 1 potato per person in our family works out really well. So if you're looking for like a rule of thumb with how many potatoes you might want to use, you can definitely use that. As far as what else you could do if maybe you don't want to serve potatoes with this, is that you could make this into like a rice bowl. So you could have the tofu with maybe another type of vegetable or something and go with that. As far as allergens in this recipe, it does have tofu, coconut, and wheat, which is the most out of any of the recipes that we are showing in this video. We do have a recipe on the website for spicy coconut chickpeas, so you would eliminate the tofu and the wheat if you go with that option. So check that out. Can you really go wrong with pizza, you guys? I mean, who doesn't love pizza? We put some spices into the dough for this one just to give it more flavor, but really it's a few minutes of prep time, a lot of rising time, and then a few minutes of cook time, and you have a delicious vegan pizza. You could leave this as a vegan cheese pizza, but since we had the peppers and onions and garlic from the other recipes this week, we decided just to throw that on there, and it turned out really good. Even the kids loved it. As far as allergens for the pizza, it does have wheat. We know that Aldi sells almond flour, but we have never tried to make that swap. And as far as we know, at least all the stores around here, they do not sell a gluten-free flour. All right, and lastly, we have a soy lime tofu. So obviously this one has soy in it, it's right in the title. You could swap that out with chickpeas, and while Aldi doesn't carry tamari, maybe you have it on hand, so you could swap that out for the soy sauce if needed. But really this is just a simple, flavorful meal that is good no matter what. It only needs 7 ingredients, and it is just a really hands-off recipe that doesn't need a lot of time to make. All right, friends, that is all 5 recipes. We really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did and you want to see more of these, we would love to hear about it in the comments. Maybe like a price point option, like 5 meals under $25, or maybe a different store recommendation. So leave comments and let us know. But ultimately, we just wanted to show you what a realistic budget and a realistic, meals looked like, especially for our family. We wanted to go over a few questions. I keep saying we like Andrew is here. I think it's just out of habit, like he's usually beside me, but I wanted to go over a few questions that you guys might have. There will also be a blog post along with this video, so make sure you check that out because I'll go into a little bit more depth about some of the questions and answers inside of that. All right, so first let's talk about what we have left over. It is a lot of stuff. It's weird seeing it like this. Like I know we typically budget every single week, but it's weird like seeing exactly what you have left over because all of this stuff was separated from everything else in the house all week. But we have half a box of pasta. We have roughly 1 to 1.5 to 2 cups of rice left. I have 4 limes, a crap ton of coconut still, 2 bags of yeast. I have a clove and a little less than a half of garlic left. I have 1 and then maybe a half of a green pepper. And then we have 3.5 onions left. The flour is still up to here. Pretty much the whole bottle of soy sauce. A little more than half of the bottle of oat milk. We have a whole bag, this one wasn't even open, of the cheese, and then there's still maybe 1/4 of a cup left in this one. Pretty much the entire jar of spaghetti sauce, half the jar of salsa, and then probably half of the container of breadcrumbs, and then roughly half of the bag of potatoes. So as far as like what you can do with this to reduce your budget, if you guys noticed at the beginning in the grocery haul part of it, I said that I spent over 93 cents over what I thought I was going to. And I know I'm not the only one here that can relate to this, but produce always gets me. That is basically priced per pound, and that's what happened. That's why I went over the $40. I basically forgot that, the broccoli is weighed per pound, and so that just pushed me over slightly. But I wasn't sure if I would need the 2 bags of mozzarella when using it for the taco casserole and the pizza. So this is $3.49. So if that would have came off, then that would have put us well under the $40. More like $37.50-ish. Don't ask me to do math. But as far as what you can do, I wanted to mention that if 1 pizza isn't enough for your family, you could totally just make, like you have 2 more packets of yeast and plenty of flour to make at least 2 more pizzas inside of here. So you could either make it with the other one that we made, or you can use this and make another pizza next week. There's also a half a bag of pasta still, so you could use the spaghetti sauce and the rest of the pasta, maybe bulk it up with the pepper and the onions a little bit, and then that would give you a whole nother meal. So that we're up to 2 meals at this point. There are enough potatoes left in here that you could do like baked potatoes one night. So if you did that, you could do it with like the peppers and the onions and the garlic, maybe throw a little salsa on there for like a taco style. Next week you could even grab like another can of beans and corn for like $2, and then you could have like, baked potatoes. And then you could totally just pick up another block of tofu for, I think the tofu there is $1.79. I believe, let me look just really quickly. I don't even see it right this second. Where's the tofu? Yeah, $1.79. So you can make the you have enough limes here, you can make the soy lime tofu with enough rice all over. So basically like next week you could spend like $10 and have 5 more meals. So it's great to try to do that with your meals and try to budget even longer. I used to at some point in time budget for an entire month, and that got our budget way down. So I haven't done that in a really long time, but basically the longer we planned, the more we could stretch the food out that we were using. As far as what we didn't include in the price of this, we assumed that you would have oil already at your house, so olive oil, and we assumed that you had spices. So we didn't include any of those in the cost of the total of all of this. We didn't assume you would have things like soy sauce, or anything else, so that's why those are included, but we pretty much just assumed that you had everything else. One other thing that I wanted to mention is that we do live in New Jersey, so there is no food tax. So, you know, you may have to weigh that into your budget depending on, you know, where you live and how much food tax is and stuff like that. And I think that that is it. So again, I hope you liked this video. If you guys have any questions, I will be in the comment section and available to chat and hopefully answer any questions that you may have. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.